not good weather recently. Last couple of days. So I weighed in Saturday just over 90 kilos, but that was after breakfast. So I'm going to say ballpark figure of 90 kilos, which to me, yeah, okay, for a powerlifter, it's a good weight, I would say. You know, pretty well built for powerlifting, I would say. You know, obviously, if I trained it. But for a runner, you know, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's miles over. When I could, you know, to be a good runner, you know, I could lose 20 odd kilos. You know, it sounds quite extreme, but to be a good runner, yeah, could do with losing 20 odd kilos. But I keep saying, the point is not to be a good powerlifter or a good runner, really. You know, even though I am doing sort of like dedicated phase of training where I concentrate on one or the other. And it's not just being a good runner or powerlifter. You know, things like the rowing machine, I find that, you know, I like to have a rowing machine phase. Bike riding in summertime for sure. Calisthenics, you know, especially pull-ups and dips. Push-ups. Some point during the year I like to do sort of like bodybuilding training. So yeah, you know, there's all sorts of things that you can specialise on without becoming a specialist, if that makes sense to you. So at this moment in time, I keep saying, you know, I'm specialising on the running, but it's not because I want to be a runner. You know, it's just one iron in the fire. And I think it's the, you know, it's a combination of all these activities. It's the, you know, the synthesis of all these parts that adds up to fitness. It's all, you know, it's all a bit of a vague concept if you think about it. Yeah. Nobody can really tell you what fitness is. It's just the, you know, it's the ability to do things. You know. No, not really any more than that. The ability to do stuff. What stuff? Well, that's the point, isn't it? It's up to you. You decide. But, you know, I've got a picture in my mind. What I want to get out of all this. Oops, I'm putting that one for. Okay, so another set of 4, hopefully without breaking my thumb. Okay, a bit better. A bit better as regards the thumb. Took a bit more effort to do the deadlift, I think, but good stuff. So that's one more set to go. In my mind, you know, all the extremes, the specialist extremes, you know, they're all more trouble than they're worth or bad for you. Yeah. Like for example, running. I wouldn't say that you know, running a marathon is a good thing to do. Yeah. You know, obviously it's a sport, isn't it? You know, you're doing it for reasons other than health. But just from a purely health point of view, I wouldn't advocate marathon running. I would imagine that, you know, as regards running, you're not going to get much better. You're not going to get much benefit of going over 2 hours. You know, you could be a 5k runner or a 10k runner, and your longest run 2 hours, and that's probably it. You're probably maxed out what you can get from running. But you know, according to some, yeah, between about 4 and 6 hours a week of very easy paced running, zone 2, is beneficial. Okay, I can accept that. Now that's one thing. Yeah, so between 4 and 6 hours of something that's akin to walking up a hill is health positive. But that's not the same as sort of like knocking out, you know, marathons where you're straining and it's killing you at the end. That's a completely different beast. Same with powerlifting. Yeah. You get loads of people who will say heavy lifting is bad, but what, you know, heavy is relative to you. So, you know, now, you know, 155 kilos, you know, to me, that's not heavy. It is, but it's not, if you know what I mean. It's like, if I did dedicated, well, yeah, I'm no longer even sure about this anymore, but, you know, when I did dedicated training, you know, I was putting 100 kilos on that bar. You know, I was going 250, 260, 265, 270, yeah. You know, that was my top end at that time. You know, so when I'm doing this, I don't feel that it's you know, it's extreme. Maybe for somebody else it is. Yeah. Maybe you know, if you're a beginner, you know, these sort of weights are extreme. But I don't see it as that. I think I'm working within, you know, reasonable limits. So I'm not trying to specialise at powerlifting. I would say that, you know, gaining body weight, you know, bodybuilding specialism, gaining body weight, that's not a good idea. Eating lots of calories to train, not a good idea. It's all strain on the system, you know. Trying to get to exotic levels of body fat to step on stage, that to me looks extremely unhealthy. Yeah. You know. So I don't think it's a good thing. From a health point of view, you know, you've got to consider that sport and health are different things. Yeah. You know, I'm not going to try to explain, you know, what is good about sport, or, you know, death or glory approaches. You know, that is up to the individual, I suppose. Okay, on the last set, four reps for the last set. That's it. So that's a bass. This is all the hard bit gone. Squats and deadlifts. Come on, 4 reps. Come on. Done it. Okay, good stuff. Not bad. Quite pleased with those deadlifts. I wouldn't say they were killing me. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Okay, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to stick in a set of cable labs. One set only. I think it's 30 kilos loaded up there. I'll try that. Might have lost Yeah, I'm not done abs. Not done abs in quite a while, so see what happens. Let's have a look. So, abs 30. All my stuff. So I'm going to do one set. My thinking is that a bit of ab work and a bit of calf work is beneficial for running. So I'll just do a little bit. See what I can do. So this is 30 kilos. See how many reps I get. Okay, 7. Okay, good start, that's all. 7 reps. That's 30 for 7. Okay, so bench press. Now this is causing some trouble. Now don't worry too much about bench. It's not a rock hard thing to do. But it's got a reputation for a shoulder wrecker. So as I grow older and more cautious and more wary, I definitely went for long periods of time without benching. But, having said that, I did quite a bit of dips. Did dips. Obviously, presses of various kinds. Yeah. Kettlebells, push-ups. So, tricep work. So yeah. Work around it. You know, work the muscles. So last week my benching, so on the second session of the week, I attempted 93.5. So you know, I knew the bench was sort of like giving me a hard time. So I thought I'd put it up 1 kilo, 93.5. I was hoping to get 3 sets of 5, but it ended up 544. So today I'm going to go 94 kilos, so that's a half kilo increment. I'm going up for half a kilo, and I'm hoping to get 3 sets of 4. What happens is what happens. I often find that once you start failing, then you gotta give it a good pull back. You know, take some weight off the bar and do it all over again. But we'll see. See what happens today anyway. So if today doesn't go well, I'll do it next week anyway. But if this week and next week don't go well, I think I'll just go to close grip benching. You know, reset on the close grip. That's not a million miles away from what I'm doing. So it's still pretty consistent. Okay, 60 kilo. Okay, so I think I'll go 84. I'll go 84, then 94. Try that. So to go 84, that's going to take, what are these? That's 1 kilo. That's 82.5. That's too heavy. Go on, I'll go 94.5. This is 1 kilo and that's a 1.25. So at this moment in time it's 84.5. Oops, need a 10, forgot a 10. Okay, so that's 84.5. Okay, 94.5. So yeah, I said in my scheme of things, you know, the book says this program is good for £1,000 total. And I said in my scheme of things, that breaks down to approximately 150 squat, 200 kilo deadlift, 100 bench press. That's more or less at what I would expect the ratio to be. You know, the split between the three lifts. So obviously, you know, I'm pretty much there on the bench press. So, you know, that's not to say that I'm going to stop. But, you know, it does explain to a certain extent why I'm taking these little baby steps, because I think that, you know, I'm near my potential upper limits on bench press under these conditions. You know, running tons and not eating a lot. Okay, that's a nice single pull-up. So the pull-up, I'm going to go 12.5 kilos. So 94.5 bench press, 12.5 kilo pull up. What was I saying? Change the timer. What was I thinking? So 2-minute timer. Seems got mind of its own. Okay. Not bad, didn't feel terrible. So 94.5 for 4 reps. Okay, getting there. So I'm only filming one of these sessions a week because it tends to be very repetitive, and you know, I think once a week you can see the progress, or I can see the progress when I look back. I just did 94.5, so more than like, well, certainly on when I do this again on Thursday, I'll go 95. So it's only a half kilo difference. But as I say, at this stage of the game, as regards bench press, even tiny increments, I think I think it needs tiny increments. Simple as that. So, can I get 4 on the pull-up? Yep. and running. Pair of fours. So, I mean, thinking about it, if the you know, if I do pull off the weight loss, the pull-ups should benefit from that. But and this is another factor behind my thinking of a sort of like micro-loading bench press. You know, I don't think that, you know, this upper body stuff is giving me a hell of a lot in terms of running. So I'm willing to sort of like be less aggressive on the upper body. Having said that though, you know, I think that this bench pressing is very close to my limits. Okay, so I'm going to set 4 hopefully. Good. Alright, not to worry about this. So yeah, micro-loading this bench press is probably a good idea. As I say, last Thursday I got 93.5 kilos, 544. So today it's 94.5, so it's a 1 kilo increment, which is more than 1% if you think about it. I mean, it's not to be sneered at. And so far I've got 2 sets of 4. You know, if you could increase every lift by 1% every session, yeah. Yeah, you'd be very well off. But that's not the reality of it. Yeah, you can go up in various increments, but eventually it just stops. Then you've got to think again. But today is good. That's what matters. Okay, so another set of 4 on the pull-ups. Didn't move it, did I? Sorry. On the pull-ups, I don't know if you can see it, but if you see it's like makes like a triangle, doesn't it? So that the apex of the triangle there, that's where I touch my chin. So previously I was putting my hands to my chest and it felt a bit awkward. So now I'm getting the chin on the apex, and it's still a very good long range of motion pull-up. Still a hard version of pull-ups. Okay, last set. So I think I'll do these 2 sets, and at the end I'll do a calf raise, single set of calves. So hopefully that contributes to the. Well, it's not so much as making your run better, but making you more injury proof. So keeping those tendons strong, keeping the calves strong. Hopefully keeps the injury away. And I've had my runnings with calves. Okay, 4 reps, come on, let's get 4. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, definitely hard enough. Not easy at all. So next time we do bench press, this Thursday, will be 95 kilos. So that's the way I tend to do it. So this week is 3 sets of 4. So if I get all 3 sets of 4 on a Monday, I'll put the weight up a little bit on the Thursday and still go for 3 sets of 4. So it's very, I'm progressing in 2 ways, I suppose. So within the week, I'm putting the weight up. Between the weeks, I'm dropping the reps and putting the weight up. Okay, so this is the last of the planned sets. So I'm still going to do a set of calves at the end. So there's 4 reps. Okay. Yeah. 3 sets of 4, fairly good. Not bad that. To say I put the weight up, 2.5 kilos. Not bad at all. So that was a good session today for sure. Yeah? So squats 107.5 for 3 sets of 4. Deadlift 155 for 3 sets of 4. Bench 94.5 for 3 sets of 4. And pull-ups with 12.5 kilos, 3 sets of 4. Oh, and I forgot to mention in the middle after the deadlifts, cable abs, 30 kilos on the machine for 7. So that was a good session. Yeah, all went to plan. So I say, it's good for what I want to do, which is good for the running. So everything that I'm training now is feeding into the running. But it's also setting me up for future stages whereby everything starts becoming much more barbell focused, or even kettlebell focused. So that's more. If you think about the strategy, if you like, the overall strategy, it's to be a generalist by rotating specializations. Does that make sense to you? So you at some point in time you specialise on X, Y, Z. At another point in time you specialise on A, B, C. So you don't try and do it all at once, or you don't give it all equal weight. Let's say. So you could do it all. You could do everything that you ever want to do. You could do it all in the same program, but you'd have to emphasise one aspect over another to follow the way that I'm doing it anyway. But this is the way that I do it. You pick your specialisation. Everything else is secondary. So now all of this barbell stuff is secondary. That doesn't mean that it's insignificant, but it's secondary. It's still important, but it's not the main thing. Okay, what I'm going to do is some careful work. So I've neglected this for a few weeks. I'm not sure that I can do it with these shoes on. I'll try. I don't know if you can actually see it. I don't know if you can see what's going on. And it's only been one set, so. But what it is, it's a standing. It's a standing calf raise. So obviously, you stand on the metal platform, and there's no easy way. There's not a lot you can do to stop your feet from sort of like slipping off once you load it up heavy. You can see it's loaded up fairly heavy. Oh well, you can't see, but it's loaded up fairly heavy, and it sort of like pushes you off the platform. I'll just give it a go with these flats. But I suspect that these flats are going to be no good. But I'm going to try it anyway. But I find that with squidgy trainers, proper running trainers with lots of foam, that tends to hold you on there better. But anyway, it's only one set. It's just a start, so it doesn't have to be incredible. See what happens. Hopefully it doesn't break my Achilles. I've not done it in weeks. Just six reps. Held it on. Tried to get 7 and held it. 6 reps. All right. Not to worry. It's only a start. Okay, that's it for today. So yeah, I got added a set of abs and a set of calves to the mix. As I say, make it more running oriented. Look at the reveal thing. I think I've definitely got a physique from powerlifting. So a lot of pec, a lot of back, a lot of bum. But definitely probably slightly lagging on the arms. I think what you get from powerlifting is a sort of like you get like the sort of like the centre of your body developed, your torso, you know, from the top of the thighs, you know, to your neck, the torso, the limbs not so much. You know, I suppose, you know, it depends on the individual as well. You know, but I think people like myself tend to do fairly well using powerlifting for bodybuilding purposes. I think tall people don't. You know, that's from what I, you know, from what I can gather. That, you know, if you got fairly, if you're fairly short limbed, you know, you're going to get a lot more out of power lifts in terms of hypertrophy. Obviously, you know, just that's my understanding of it. But you know, a lot of people say, you know, powerlifting doesn't build muscle. You know, I think that's a lot of rubbish. I think what it does build is myofibrillar muscle, which is the actual fibres of the muscle themselves. And you know, they you know, visually they may not have the same impact as the big blown up muscles, which are like that because of sarcoplasm, which is the sort of like you know, the fluid within the muscle. So there's certain modes of training, certain ways of training where you do, you know, lots of light sets, and it favours the sarcoplasm, you know, the build-up of fluid within the muscle. Whereas other forms of training, you know, heavy, low rep stuff, plenty of rest, you know, that favours the myofibrillars. That's the actual fibres themselves. And I'm going to say, you know, the myofibrillar hypertrophy does not have the same visual impact. You know, you cannot say, you know, that just by looking that somebody is stronger than someone else. You know, otherwise all the big bodybuilders will be the champions of powerlifting. No, don't get me wrong. There's lots of overlap. You know, it's definitely not black and white. You know, you can train in all manner of ways. You know, I think any way you train, all you're going to do is basically you're going to skew the ratio. You know, one way is going to give you more sarcoplasm, one way is going to give you more myofibrillars. I think if all you're looking for, you know, somebody actually asked me on my channel, you know, what advice for size, and I would say for size, you know, train 3 or 4 times a week, train quite long, so you know, each session more than an hour. Keep your reps up. You know, don't go below sort of like 8 reps. No reason to go below 8. Keep your rest periods low. You know, sort of like have a minute. You know, do plenty of sets. You know, do like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, between 5 and 10 sets per exercise. You know, end of the day, you could probably end up doing sort of like 30 or 40 sets in a session, 4 days a week, 5 days a week possibly. Okay. So maybe something like, you know, Monday upper body, Tuesday lower body, day off, Thursday upper body, Friday lower body, Saturday an easy jog, that's all. You know, you just want to stay healthy, you don't want to burn your muscle off. That sort of thing. You know, and making sure that you're eating enough to move the scale up. You know, you should see some slight scale increase every week or so, at least every 2 weeks. Plenty of protein. But what I'm doing is not that. What I'm not aiming to get big. You know. But even so, regardless of what you do, you get bigger. You know. If you're eating enough to support it. You know, if you're eating enough to get stronger, you're probably going to be eating enough to get bigger. You know, that's a long and short of it. So you can slow. You know, I think, you know, powerlifters, you know, that are trying to stay within weight classes, you know, usually find that over time they do go up in weight classes. Yeah, eventually, you know, you find that you know the actual, you know, the more that you're lifting, it does eventually translate into body size. but not so much as specifically training for body size. So it's, as I say, it's not black and white. It's simply you can skew the training. You can emphasise one factor over another, but you can't completely eliminate sarcoplasm, or you can't completely eliminate myofibrillar growth. And as I understand it, from my reading of it, whatever you do, it's mostly going to be, myofibrillar. So the difference is, how much sarcoplasm is coming from your mode of training. Anyway, that's it for today. I thought it went really well actually. I'm pretty pleased with that altogether. That was a good session for me. I liked it. If they're all like that, so be it. Good stuff.